Welcome back to another review. Today it was requested to review and swatch the Sultry palette, the Shimmery palette, and talk about the nude lips from Cherry Cherie. So let's jump into that. First up we have the Nude Lips set. This is from Cherry Cherie. It has 5 matte nude liquid lipsticks for the perfect selfie is what it claims. This is $4.88 at Walmart. You get 5 nude lipsticks, well, liquid. These are not drying on your lips. They are very creamy in my opinion. They don't have any weird kind of smell or taste to them. They will last a super long time on your lips. They don't transfer. Now they last a long time unless you're, eating or drinking, kind of regular standard kind of stuff. A couple of them are patchy. You'll see the swatches. But overall, I think these are a great product and will be a great gift to give for Christmas time to somebody who loves liquid lipsticks or has never tried liquid lipsticks but maybe loves a nude lip. I think these are great. Super creamy, easy to apply, and long lasting. They are not drying on your lips. Highly recommend. Next we have the Profusion Sultry palette and Shimmers palette. They have several of these to choose from at Walmart, you guys. Chocolates, nudes, mattes, sienna. I mean, believe me, there is a ton of them to choose from. They're $10 each. The shadows are named. I love that. The packaging itself is very sturdy, not so cheap. It has a magnet inside, so it's a magnetic kind of closure. The palettes come with dual-ended brushes. You get a shader side and you get a fluffy crease blending brush. Very soft. They do shed a bit. They're actually really good brushes though. They clean up well. They're so soft, and I have used these in every tutorial you'll see using these Profusion palettes, and I'm going to continue to use these brushes outside of that. I love that they have clear lids. Some people don't like this, some people think it looks cheap, but personally I like it. I think that it's nice that if you have a look or an idea in your head and you go to grab a palette and you can see the shadows. I love that. That for me is a plus. That's high up on my list there with the labeled eyeshadows with names so we can reference them in videos. I love the holographic packaging, and I do think these would be great for traveling. Not only do they come with your brush, but you get several shades to choose from to pair and create looks. Now obviously the shimmery one is all shimmers and metallic shades, no mattes, all shimmers. Very nice quality. All of them are pretty pigmented. There's a little bit of chunkiness, a little bit of fallout, kick back in the pan. This shade here, Frozen, for Shimmers, is a very beautiful blue, but most of it doesn't transfer. It's more like a glitter overlay, and so is Celebrate, more like a glitter overlay. When you get it on your brush, when you get it on your finger, but they apply nicely to the lids. They look great as the little glitters to apply over top of any shade else in the palette. This one has Ella, and it's like a glitter like that too, and I applied it over Lagoon, and it just looks absolutely stunning. Also, these palettes have 21 eyeshadows in them. Some shimmery shades lose their shimmer or potency throughout the day. These, however, done a great job at staying shimmery and metallic all day long. I wear my makeup at least 8 hours or longer, most days longer than that. But I just want you to know, they did have a good, long, lasting staying power. And I like to use them also with the NYX or NYX pigment primer. It helps them adhere. Press it into the pigment primer. Works great. They look amazing. There is a lot of warm shades in the palette versus cooler tones, which the other palette I feel has more cooler tones versus the warmer shades. But it works out. You compare the two together to create an endless amount of looks. Most of them are pigmented. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan. Super shimmery and metallic. So if you like that kind of thing, you'll probably really love this palette. Now, let's talk about Sultry. And I'm sorry, but I'm definitely going to be talking this one up just because it's my favorite of the two. I have done 4 going on, because today I'm going to film a 5th look using this. Plus I've used it a few times outside of even filming for everyday kind of makeup. Yes, I'm loving this palette. The Sultry palette is a really good mix of matte and shimmery eyeshadows. I think this is the most versatile palette of the two. So like if you were traveling or wanted something you could do several looks for every day, just date night to smoky to glam, whatever you were going to do, I would recommend Sultry. Because you have, for every shimmery shade in there or metallic shade, there's a matte to pair it with. So you have a crease, transition colors, outer corner colors, and then pop shimmer on your lid, do cut creases, halo eyes. It's all there for you for $10. I highly recommend that. Matte brow bone highlights, yes please, love it. There is minimal fallout. 3 of the tutorials I believe I demonstrated without any powder on my face to catch the fallout. And there's barely any fallback. There is, some of them are powdery, some of the mattes are, and there's kickback in the pan. But as far as transfer on your face, very minimal. Some of the shades take building. Nimble already has a dent in it. I've used it so much. Every look I've done has been using Nimble. I love Nimble. Some palettes, some take work and some don't. And that's in speaking terms of the shadows. Some of the shadows take work and some don't. In this palette, very few of them need work, but when they do, you just work it. The shimmery shadows, speaking for both palettes, are very creamy and pigmented. I love them. All the shadows blend together super nicely, effortlessly. I mean, they blend like a dream. Like you see all my makeup tutorials, it took no time to blend it. I show almost all 100% of my blending on camera, so you guys can always see. And even though the video is sped up, it's still in real time, as in like I will show you every step of the eyeshadow. If I keep going back into the crease 4 times, you will see it in the video. But they blend together so nicely. They last all day without any kind of creasing or fading, just like the Shimmers palette lasted all day with no creasing. I said before, this palette is kind of more cool toned, but that's okay. The warm shades in the palette are all matte, and I love that. You can use them as transition colors or outer corner colors to pair with any of the cool tones or any of the shimmers here. I think these palettes go great as a pair. I'm just in love with these palettes. They are great palettes. Now, personally, I do wish that the palettes were between $5 and $8 versus $10 each. But Sultry, any day I would pay $10 for it. Absolutely worth the $10. I do feel if you are a fan of shimmery shades, you might need this in your collection. But if you want shimmers and mattes, I highly recommend Sultry. But overall, I love these palettes and I'm gearing to purchase more. They are really actually good quality eyeshadows, believe it or not. If you need to know anything else about the palettes, something I personally did not hit on in the review, leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer it. Hope you enjoy the pictures of the looks that I have done with this, as well as I will link all the tutorials. There's several of them now. And most of the looks using the Profusion palettes are using the nude lipsticks I talked about at the beginning of the video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, found it helpful. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Don't forget to ring the bell, subscribe, and like the video if you haven't already. Happy holidays!